Did you get that on film? The funny brother is coming to the stage right now. Funny Sean Gilroy. Let him hear it.
I moved it to the side. You told me that. I'm learning. Hi. So you said your ex had a drinking problem? Guess who else has a drinking problem? Wink. Yeah, it was me, in case that was not clear. Yeah, it's not clear. So I'm Sean. I'm gonna tell you about myself. I'm a 34-year-old waiter who lives in a studio apartment with a chinchilla, and it's magnificent. I bragged about that. That's how great my fucking life is. I don't know, I just feel like if none of you live a life where you can watch an episode of your favorite show, stop it abruptly, go masturbate, smoke a bowl, come back, have a glass of vodka, and then go for a walk and have Chinese food, like do that, please. It's wonderful. I want you to have that. Everyone deserves to have that. Thank you, one person. That was wonderful of you to feel bad for me. And I'm someone who had to, the majority of my life, I kind of had to take handouts from people that I didn't really respect. That didn't respect me, but, I needed to survive. So it was really cool to get to like live on your own and do stuff like that. I basically lived under observation for like 30 years and I had a psychotic episode. And I met the nicest girl at the psych ward. There's something beautiful about like, they take your pulse because it's their job to keep you alive, and they're under fucking paid for it. I think that's gonna give them money. Come on, keep people alive for free, right? Because we're Canada. So basically, they would take my pulse in front of this girl who literally got to see that my heart beat faster when I looked at her, like literally, and then. We met when we got out, and I will not give you a number, but I spent an embarrassing amount of money to spend time with her. I just like to pretend we took 2 trips to Italy, and then she kind of stopped talking to me, by which I mean like completely, just like disappeared. And I usually the answer was she's crazy, bro. You met her in the psych ward. Like, no, she's smart, because I had so many goddamn red flags hanging off of me. It was like a fucking cape. I had more red flags than the Renaissance Fair. Really, she's a smart girl to get away. She ghosted me so hard I learned a lesson. Isn't that the dream, ladies? Don't you want men to learn things? You're also women are so scary. And we're like not allowed to say it because we gotta act cool so you like us, and then that's like why you're scary, because we want you to like us. Women exist, and one can be there and not look at me, and the fact that she's alive, my pulse changes. That's what the fuck? How are you not terrified of stuff? That's literal magic. They're manipulating me in ways that just by being, I'm just here and blood's going to your dick. You know what I mean? How is that not crazy? How are you not scared of somebody like that? I was asking. Teach me, please. I want to know. No, I like girls, which you wouldn't think so from the way I talk or stand or anything that I do. If you found the playlist of music I listen to in the morning and you didn't know whose it was, you would be like, this teenage girl is really finding herself. She's really coming into her own, and I'm so happy. Really, that same Alanis Morissette song on loop, you ought to know. And I do. It's wonderful. There's this pretty girl in my building, and she'll never have anything to do with me, but it's nice when she smiles. And I think that's cool, because I like attention of any kind except for some. I went to this barber shop one time, and I will not be returning there, because the man cutting my hair, I sat down and Rihanna was playing, and I was like, oh, I love Rihanna. And he was like, yeah, she's sexy as fuck. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, but that's a little aggressive. And I said, could you keep the mustache long, please? Because I'd like to keep it longer. And he said, you mean right here? And he ran his finger around the entirety of my mouth. And I said, yeah. That was just happening. There were handles on the chair, and he elected to keep his hand on my chest the entire time. And his face closer than you need to be a barber. I'm not a barber, but I feel like your eyesight's gotta be better than that. If it isn't, then you should be wearing glasses or not using scissors around someone's neck. Just a thought. I tipped him too. Like, you're fucking welcome, dude. Like, are you kidding me? You won twice. Like, good for you. I've never won twice. Ever. I barely won once. Are you kidding me? It's so funny the way people try and encourage me because they're fucking awful at it. They're like real bad. They're like, Sean, you are so lucky. But they say it in a way that's like, you're not doing any of the good things in your life. They're just fucking happening to you. But the bad shit, take full fucking responsibility. That's all you, dude. If I do something good, if I'm like, I had a good day at work, like, that was God. I'm like, he wasn't fucking there. I work in a restaurant. Are you kidding me? God isn't in any restaurant. Trust me. Meet some of those fucking people and tell me that God is like anywhere nearby there. Like, there's a church around the corner and God must be like out. Like, really. A woman today, like, if I told you my job was feeding monsters, I wouldn't be lying. A woman today came in, a woman came in today, and she said she wanted extra arugula with her breakfast. And I was like, okay, and I hit the button that charges for extra arugula, as is my profession. You know, I do it rather well. I don't like to brag, because I don't have much to brag about. But, so I did that, and then I brought it out to her, and she was like, oh, is this really extra? Because it's like, I don't know, like, are they going to bring out, like, more? And I was like, they is me, like, we're talking, what the fuck? So I brought her more arugula, and then when I brought her the receipt, she was like, oh, I just wanted, like, some more arugula, like, not, like, a lot, and usually they don't charge me, and I didn't get the bread. And I was like, have you, like, eaten out before? Because, like, that's not how it fucking works. Why do people think that? I don't understand. It's like, well, I, not the person pricing the shit, fucking don't want to pay for this, so I shouldn't have to. And she didn't, so she was fucking right. Are you kidding me? She just came in and did whatever the fuck she wanted and left and didn't leave me the amount of money that would, like, validate me. Like, yo, I kind of want to live a life like that, like, a little bit. Like, I won't, because I'm not a piece of shit. But, you know, like, it must be fun to some degree, because she was smiling sometimes. I don't know. Which, revenge isn't good. I don't want revenge on her. I want justice. I'll find a way. I don't know, if I have to go into every goddamn store in the world and take the arugula so I can just rob her of the opportunity to have it until she's like, God, I'll pay for arugula. It's like, yeah, you will. I did that. I own you. Oh, that was fun, guys. That was lots of fun. Here's a story. So, I lived in a halfway house in Florida. Yeah, I'll give that a second to sink in. Yup, a halfway house, in case you didn't know, is like an orphanage for people in their 20s and 30s who do drugs and go to jail. Yup. It's like Annie, but nobody's fucking cleaning. It's a hard knock life, and they're drinking Red Bull on the couch, because who the fuck doesn't want an elevated heart rate when you're watching TV? Then they just complain that they don't have jobs, but do nothing to obtain them. And I'm like, bro, didn't you, like, do drugs? I mean, people were just giving them to you? What the fuck? Where was that, Allie? I want to know. There was a manager of the halfway house, which is a weird concept. It's like, in your home, there's someone in charge. Like, ew, thanks. And he lives there for free. So the manager, Michael Brooks, who I use his full name because I don't respect him, was certain I was gay. So much so that he brought it up every time we spoke. And literally one time he cooked dinner for all of us. And I sat down and I was like, this feels like a trap. And it sure was. He had a whole speech ready about how he doesn't think that this environment is like a place where I can be myself, and he just wants me to be myself. I was like, why do you want me to be gay so bad? And the story's going right where you think it is. Follow me, folks. Let's get there together. So one day, Michael and I are sitting on the couch together, alone. Oh yeah. A commercial comes on for Domino's Pizza. If you've ever heard of Domino's, Domino's is a pretend pizzeria, and they take chemicals and they shape it like food. And if you don't believe that, consume it, and try to have a healthy bowel movement. I said try, because there's gonna be so much effort. Like, your body's trying to reject something it physically can't. It's horrible. And I did drugs. Like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? Yeah, so this commercial's on TV, and I'm like, oh, dude, like, I haven't had Domino's in forever. And he says, would you suck a dick for $1 million? And I was like, wow, we're getting very different things from this commercial. I thought of like pizza and yeah. And my answer to the question was yes. Because I don't get a lot of $1 million offers. I can't swat a dick away because like, when the fuck am I gonna get another offer like that? I wouldn't do it with enthusiasm because I'm generally accustomed to using my mouth in a different way, you know, for different genitals. Yeah, so Michael's answer, and when he said it, he stared in a way that he went somewhere else. And he said, I deep throat that shit. Like, he was gonna go at it with technique. I was gonna nervously be like, is this thing on? Do I use Jello? I don't know, I read Cosmo once. Needless to say, Michael did not have the money and nothing happened. Everything ended just fine, guys. Thank you so much, all of you, for letting me talk, because people didn't listen for a long time, and you're fantastic. Thank you, guys.
Sean Gilroy!